Hi you guys, welcome back to Creatively Crafted Life. This is Melanie for another check-in this week where we are focusing on dividing and conquering. And so I had left you off last time having cleaned up my desk. So it's looking pretty good. So what I want to do now is I've got some piles, a bin full of supplies, a bin full of mystery supplies, a bin full of stuff for the Croptoberfest that I need to work on once this organization project is done. I've got some paper pads, got some more bins over there. So the first thing I am going to do is I'm going to sort this pile into albums versus embellishments. Any embellishments, of course, will go in this bin, and we'll move that bin down, and all the extra albums will go upstairs in my bedroom where I store them. And then we are going to tackle the bins. So let me do this first and then we'll move on. The extra albums have been moved. See, an easy win makes a huge difference just in how these piles look. Okay, I'm going to show you something over on the other side. I have this bin full of poster board scraps, and that bin I need. I need it to help sort the other bin and this bin. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to add all these scraps and stuff to a bag. I'm not getting rid of them because I have some projects in mind that I need to use not poster board, it's foam core board for, and I don't want to get rid of the scraps because I have a feeling I'm going to be able to use them. So I'm just going to take a plastic bag, add all the scraps to it, and tuck that in probably along the edge here somewhere, just so that it's out of the way, and then free up that bin to help me sort, or aka divide and conquer, these other bins. Okay, let me get that done. Okay, so that's all the scraps in this bag. Looks much better than when it was in this big container. So this is just going to go on the floor, and I'm going to use it for a sorting basket along with the other baskets that already have stuff in them. Now here comes the fun part, seeing what I've got stored in here. And again, I try not to spend a lot of time on this. It's really literally just put it into some sort of smaller category that seems less overwhelming than all these huge bins full of stuff. I get stuff like this. You know, I bought these Teflon sheets. I've since taken them out of the package. There's no way I'm getting them back in. It's empty, so let's recycle it. This was from the top of a paper pad. I was using it for something. I don't know what it was, but let's recycle this as well. This is extra cardstock that I'm not going to use. This needs to go in the bin with all my cardstock that I use the back sides for. So this has a home. So this needs to be in its own pile. So basically anything that has a home, I'm just going to leave on my desk in a pile. This is embellishments. Okay, now we get now I remember what's in here. This is all stuff that doesn't have a home. A lot of fabric. Okay, gotcha. I understand now. Okay, that is what it is. These are magazine cutouts that need to go in those folders, so that also has a home. I have no idea what I'm going to do with that. This is an old Close to My Heart book. I think I'm just going to go through this in my downtime and pull out any inspiration, and then this book will get recycled. Okay. Stencil film. I think I have a container for that already. This is more items for the, what do you call it? This is more collage items. Again, I'm just going to look through this. Anything that I want for collage will go in there. We're going to recycle this. And this is organization, which we have a small pile of that already on the floor. And scrap paper. Oh, I was looking for this You know, this is why you have to clean up things, because you find treasures that you knew were somewhere in your space, but you couldn't remember where. So anything that's scrap paper, I'm just going to leave in here. I've got a bunch of it, whether it's scrap or full 8.5 by 11, and I'm sure I have more. Some of this is photo paper like this, which I need to cut down, and this isn't going to fit in here very well without getting bent, so I'm going to leave this out over on my photo printer. Those were leftover bits from when I, print 12 by 12 photos, and what I like to do is just trim those down to 4 by 6. Okay, so this is going to be scrap papers. This still needs a bin to hold everything. Again, I don't have a solution for that. This has a home. This has a home. So I'm going to deal with that. These are just going to go in a pile on my little cart because they all need to be filed. So I'm going to move that over there. I know it seems like I'm just juggling, but it really does help to have all of these categories broken down into smaller bits. Just trust me on this one. Okay, let me go put this stuff away. This is going in the embellishment bin, as are these. Okay, this is a second bin. Looks like mostly scraps, alphabets, that kind of thing. So any scrap papers are going in here, and this should go pretty quick. I'm thinking embellishments, scrap paper, alphas. All of these are alphas, which have a home, so we will put those away once we are finished doing this preliminary sort. Found some dies. We all know where those go. Okay, so in with embellishments and supplies, same with this. This is the scrap paper bin. This one is now empty, so I can move all that fabric into there. Win-win. These will end up on the floor. I'm going to put all these alphas away, and I'm going to put the dies away. Now it's time for the big mystery bin of supplies. So I'm actually going to move this over to the chair behind me, and we'll just pull stuff out and sort it into piles. Paper bags. I have a place for them. I ended up removing this bin when I added a different storage unit. This is actually going to be leaving some my craft space, so this is going to be donated to like Goodwill or something. And then I have some stitching kits, and I have a bin for those up in the cupboard. I have some giveaway items, and I have a bin or a drawer for those. So I'm just gonna, again, I'm just gonna leave them on my desk, add to them, and then deal with that grouping all in one shot. This way I can stay in one spot. It saves me from running around multiple times and going from there. A friend gave me these really cute Mary Engelbright little mini paper pads. I think I'd probably use these with art journaling, so that's going to go in my art journaling drawer. And look at that, an empty box. It is a beautiful empty box, which is probably why I kept it. No markings or anything on it. So I will move this someplace else. I do like to keep a few 12 by 12 boxes on hand, just in case I do, want to do a giveaway or something and it includes 12 by 12 paper. But this is not staying in the craft room. Okay, we've got some cardstock and paper. We know where this is going to go. It's going to go in the bin of supplies. Got some foam tape, and that should go where all my other extra adhesives are. More fabric. Isn't this cute? I have been making little rag quilts, I guess that's what you call them, for my nephews and nieces when they're little. I bought this thinking I had to make one for a niece, but I'd already made hers. I have other quilt material to make one for my nephew that I have to make before December. I have a lot going on. And I do have a nephew or a niece being born in September, but like this month actually, but I don't know if it's going to be a boy or a girl. I'm hoping it's a girl because I have this already picked out. Although this is gender neutral, I just would pick a different backdrop for this and I could still use it. So this has to go with my quilting projects. These bags came with some cushions I bought that I use for exercising, and they're really great. These are great for storing linens and stuff like that in there. I don't think that I need to keep them in here, so that is also going to leave the craft room. I know this is going to sound crazy. These are squares and rags from old or from vintage bed sheets. And I thought it would be fun to either make a quilt out of them or use them in my junk journaling supplies. So this is going to go in that same bin with all my other fabric. In other words, to be dealt with at a later date. I have a new trimmer. This needs to go in my sewing kit. And I have a bunch of kits that need to be dealt with. So you know where this is all going to go, right? Ideally it should go in that container, but that container is full, and this is more paper than it is embellishments, so I'm going to use one of those woven baskets that I just emptied, which now leads me to that bin full of embellishments. Okay, got kind of full, didn't it? So let's just do a really quick sort through here. Like I said, most of this is embellishments, yeah, stickers, etc. There's some paper. We're going to pull the paper out. Any paper we're going to pull out. Any kits we're going to pull out. And we're going to move that to that bin I just added the other stuff to. Let's put this on the ground. I'll deal with what's on the table and we'll come back and show you where everything is at. Okay, I am very pleased with what I've accomplished. It looks like I haven't accomplished much because I still have baskets everywhere. But to me, this is just completely way more manageable, and I can deal with them, and it doesn't feel nearly as overwhelming. So this is my scrap bin. If you've followed me for any length of time, you know that I don't typically keep quote-unquote scraps. I always transform them into something else or try to use them immediately. This is going to be a really great project for me to work on during our chat and sorts Zoom calls. So those are going to be held. We had the first one on the 10th and the next one will be on the 24th. So just keep that in mind if that's something that you're interested in. You do have to email me at acreativelycraftedlife@gmail.com for the Zoom link if you wish to participate, or the link is in the Facebook group, An Organized Crafted Life, if you are part of that. This is fabric. I have more fabric in my closet, and to be honest, I don't really like how I'm storing that, so this is probably going to be a more long-term project and will probably be here for a while. These are organization supplies, so I guess I need to deal with that. And then underneath here are all my papers and kits. That will actually be a pretty easy one to deal with. And then I have the two bins over here. These are embellishments, and this is the product for the Croptoberfest. So this is a temporary bin anyways. It's not going to last beyond that event, and this shouldn't be too hard to deal with. This is where I'm going to leave off for week 2 check-in. I hope you've been playing along. Let me know below what you divided and conquered, or at the very least divided, as in my case. And stay tuned for Saturday's prompt for week 3. Until then, happy organizing.